It's possible you've heard that getting on podcast shows is a great way to get your message out to market. And I'm here to say it's a great way to get your message out to market. Yet, a lot of people that are searching out opportunities are hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. And I'm here to share with you one strategy that will turn everything around for you. Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and Plant-Based Eating for Health podcast shows. And I get approached all the time by people who want to be on my show. Just today, I got approached by somebody who wanted to be on my Plant-Based Eating for Health show. Now, when you hear the title, Plant-Based Eating for Health, what does that tell you? Chances are it tells you the show is about plant-based eating. It's about being a vegan. It's about being plant-based. It's about compassion to animals. It's about the environment. And anybody who would take time to either listen to an episode or read the description on Apple Podcasts, read the description on my blog about the show, would quickly learn that I only take people on the show who are 100% plant-based eaters. Real simple. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. And yet today I got approached by somebody who is representing a health expert. And they sent me a whole boatload of information without once referring to the fact that this person was in fact plant-based. And so what I did is I immediately responded and I said, thank you for your message. But the one question I have, which will determine whether or not I look at this information is the person you're representing plant-based? The response came back, well, he supports a plant-based diet, although he's not plant-based, but he talks about a lot of other ways to stay healthy. I said, great. I wish him well. He's not coming on my show. It's really that simple. When you're looking for opportunities, what I encourage you to do is really understand what the show is about. Now, before we go any further, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and that will send you updates every time I put a video out, because I put a video out at least once a week on my Plant-Based for Eating show and about once a week on my Power Up for Profit show. But I encourage you, as you look for opportunities, they're out there. It's incredible. They're out there. And yet a lot of people really miss the mark because they think that the show host is going to bend their rules to accommodate the expert. I had somebody else who wanted to be on my show and she said, well, the person I'm representing has sold 6 million books. And I said, are they plant-based? She said, well, about 90% of the way plant-based. Doesn't cut it. I branded the show as such that anybody who's on the show, people know that they are 100% plant-based. Now on my Power Up for Profit show, that's a whole different conversation. That has nothing to do with plant-based eating, even though I do incorporate stories about growing my plant-based side of my business. But again, what you want to do is you want to listen to at least a little bit of some of the episodes that you're wanting to get on their show. Do some research on the host of the show. Read about the show. You can go to Apple Podcasts, you can go to Spotify, you can go to Google Podcasts, and you can find out what the show is about. And if you're not a match for the show, pass. It's really that simple. Pass. Now, if you want more information on how to get on shows, I encourage you to go to Facebook and look up Power Up for Profits podcast. It's Power Up Your Podcast. And just look for my name. You'll see my group. And it's all about how to get on shows, how to grow a show, because I've been on both sides of the microphone well over 1,000 times. And so I know what it takes to grow a show, and I know what it takes to get on a lot of shows. Now, what's interesting is once you're on a lot of shows, oftentimes the hosts will come to you. You don't need to go to them. And this is where you get to pick and choose. I was talking to a good friend who was on somebody's show and she goes, you know, ethically, I don't agree with the way this person runs their business, but I thought it would be a great opportunity to get on their show. And in cases like that, you may want to say no to those opportunities too, because there's plenty of shows out there. There's well over 1 million podcast shows. Some are active, some are not. If you're not quite sure what to do, I would invite you to go ahead and download my free podcast interview checklist. All you need to do is go to powerupforprofits.com/checklist. The address is right there, right on the screen. powerupforprofits.com/checklist. This is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and Plant-Based Eating for Health. If you are a plant-based eater, you've been plant-based for at least a year, you are very ethical in the way you eat, contact me. I'd love to have a conversation about possibly having you on my show. And you can rest assured that everybody on that show is plant-based. They're committed to that lifestyle. On Power Up for Profits, if you're an author, if you're an expert who teaches about visibility, about online strategies, about ethics in business, let's have a conversation. You can reach me by actually find me on social media. I'm very visible. And that's what I teach my clients. And the thing is I walk the talk. And you want to find people that you learn from who walk the talk, not somebody who just read a book and they say, okay, now I'm an expert. You really want people who have a success record behind them. Have a great day.